This is Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. We're here on PlayStation 5. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this, I guess you would kind of call it a spin-off entry in the Ratchet & Clank series. Came from the origins of the PSP and is now available on the PlayStation 5 to enjoy. Like with all of these titles, at any point you can press the start button in order to open up the emulated menu, where you can rewind and go back in time in case you make any mistakes. Don't worry, I won't tell you when you messed up. You can create saves, load saves, and there's settings. So we have visual presets. You can choose modern, classic arcade, modern arcade, or the default. There's also the video underscan, if you want to change the size of the screen, depending on, I guess, the TV you have. And there's customizing the control scheme. Obviously, we got a PSP here, which you can change where the button inputs and everything are, and your right stick dead zone options, and your arc range. Kind of cool. So let's dive in and enjoy the magic that is this platforming, battling, size matters Ratchet & Clank setup and experience. So they were trying to get more stuff on the PSP at the time, so we're going to skip ahead into the gameplay. And all of the franchises, or, well, obviously the PlayStation first party that were big at the time, were getting, you know, PSP sort of releases as they were trying to push the platform and adoption for the platform. And we obviously got some Ratchet & Clank options, right? So what are we getting here? Usually the baseline for these games was supposed to be, you know, a certain standard, but I'm starting to see that more and more games are not specifically doing that, so they are kind of running in their original styling. So it is 1440p, so there is a resolution upscale, and it's at 30 FPS. So yeah, the understanding was everything was supposed to be 60 FPS with these options, but I guess they, yeah, definitely don't do that for most things, it seems like. And yeah, let's dive in and enjoy the magic that is Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. So yeah, it's all the staples of the series, as I mentioned. Platforming, you know, shooting things, battling stuff. This one does play around with more of like the scale of characters and whatnot. You'll see that as you play through the experience in regards to some of the crazier things that happen in regards to the scaling. So it's just kind of a, yeah, it's kind of a fun, more, I guess you would say, like with all these PSP games, a little bit more linear in terms of design, a lot less, like, you know, sort of vast in scale. I mean, not to say that the Ratchet & Clank series was necessarily ever, like, super open world, but you get what I mean. And if you're wondering what exactly, how I got into that, so the select button is the top, like, left of the touchpad. It's a little awkward to get into, but yeah, it makes sense. Why do I keep shooting that instead of what I actually want to shoot? Sorry, the control thing is a little awkward. Okay, so we got you. We're going into this perspective.
Your first person mode. Aim and fire the target on the gate to open it.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fire. It's not firing. There we go. So the B button. Well, at least the kid's still excited, even if I'm blasting at the kid with shots. Alrighty, let's get going. I got a gun! Yeah, you get an arsenal of weapons and tools and things to do as you try to be a hero and all that, and, you know, entertain the kid. Ain't easy being on a vacation planet. Yeah, I thought these two were supposed to be on vacation here, if I'm not mistaken. Whew. Just gonna grab those, and apparently struggle to get up on the ledge. Is there an auto sort of clamber? There we go. The acid glove bomb. It looks like the robots are on vacation too. I kind of feel bad for those robots and myself. Just here on this nice planet trying to vacay. I like the vibe for it. I gotta say, like with most of these older games, all you need really is a nice little resolution boost, and they look so much better. I really do wish more games would get this kind of love and support, but yeah, it definitely seems like PlayStation is very, very slowly trickling out their library of older titles that are available. Like, I know there's work involved in making these kind of run, if you get what I mean, but in the same sense, it does feel like they could be popping these out more often, I think. Because there's a lot of first-party stuff sitting there where I'm kind of like, what is this? Nice. I like the ambience of it, but actually, like, for something that definitely is quite linear, it has a good sense of feeling as though there's scale. And on a PSP, this would have looked a lot more expansive. These robots are kind of tough. I also love how low resolution their shirts are. Like, I think the shirts nail the vacation vibe, but it is also kind of funny because they are very clearly, you know, low res. So that's the thing is like the upscaling tech, like it's gonna make geometry and stuff look a lot sharper, but it's not gonna like magically fix super low res assets, right? At that point, you'd have to do some level of remastering, which is, you know, is kind of the point, but not really the point of what this is, right? Yeah, it's more about just making these games available. Oh, what do we have here? Let's gather this. I like how there's like a shark fin in the water. That's fun. We got a costume. Nice. Look at us go. Look, this kid's still having a great time. Brought us on a nice big circle. Oh, we were just supposed to walk forward and go into a cutscene? And obviously that doesn't, like, change, you know, like, the visuals like cutscenes, right? Although they did do some scaling stuff, it looks like.
I am trailing Ratchet and Clank to see what they are doing, so I can join in on their next adventure.
Hey, that's what I'm doing. No, wait.
Do you not have somewhere else to go? Home to your family, perhaps?
Hey, Cork. Nice hat.
Hey, nice hat.
Sorry, Cork. What? Was that your mother's hat or something? Seriously, dude. It's just a hat.
It's not that. It's my mother
Alright, we're trying to
and father.
skip to the next segment here. Okay, there we go. It's pretty serviceable. It would have been neat to be reviewing these games back in the day. I wonder what that would have been like, honestly. I know it sounds weird, really weird, but like the context of like recording and capturing like a handheld like this. I wonder how you would even have to have some kind of special thing for recording it and stuff too, I would imagine, right? I don't know if the technology would have really, like, I'm sure it existed, but I don't think it would have been necessarily great at the time. But I love the idea of covering a handheld like this in the modern era. Like, it's not a handheld, like, obviously this is the PS5. But, you know, wow, that is low res of that sky. I mean, you're never looking at it, so it makes sense. I died. I could always go back in time. Kind of funny that you can do that. No, I'm not dying. Not today. It's mostly great for platforming sequences, though. If you're, like, you know, kind of rewinding stuff, it helps a lot. But yeah, I just love the idea of the job where I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to record these like, well, at the time it would have been new games, but like on a handheld device. It always gets a little finicky when you're trying to record things off of, you know, devices that are like like external things.
Use the directional buttons.
Although then again, I've got great what is it? I've really got really great capture options for the iPhone. So okay, this time we'll just the checkpoint. The checkpoint is all the way back here. I mean, I was running on borrowed time for health, but wow. Well, I guess this wouldn't have been too bad of a checkpoint. It's only munching through a few different sections, but I'm kind of surprised I didn't get a checkpoint over in the other area. Love all the vacation island themed stuff. It's kind of fun. Really nails the vibe, I would say.
Try walking up that wall.
Yeah, I do think the era of having like... Is that like a secret area over there? The era of standalone, basically, games being created just for mobile devices, I think is kind of over, if that makes sense. Everything is something that can run across multiple devices. Yeah, that makes it sound better than just being like, oh, we're not doing handheld, because obviously there's a bunch of them, but it's more about the idea that if you make something for one platform, it needs to run on multiple ones, otherwise you're not getting your value out of it. It's actually pretty cozy. Well, I thought these bugs were on the same side as these crazy robot things. Gloves, thank you very much. Wildfire gloves. Miss some boxes. Don't want to miss my bolts. This is actually amazing how versatile this franchise is. You can do all kinds of different things with it, and they most certainly have done lots of things with it. Maximum ammo. Concussion gun. I don't have enough. I almost have enough, but I don't have enough. I want the concussion gun. Getting there, but not quite there yet. Oh, we're actually moving away on a little island thing. That's kind of nice. I do ponder if these ports could ever be like a foundation for like easier remastering down the road. I'm sure at some point we'll get more advanced technology where they could just take this game, feed it through some sort of scaling technology, and it like will clean up all of the assets automatically, making for like a quick remastering.
If you'd like to strafe with the analog stick, you may set this option in the camera and
But then again, does that retain the original styling that the developers went for? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, there's still guys left? I'm sorry, Crabs, I didn't get to kill you. I left like a couple survivors.
If you need more ammunition, try purchasing it at a
Oh, I actually ran out of ammo? Unbelievable. Don't fall into the water. Can't believe they're attacking this poor vacation place. Again, love the sharks in the water. Hey, look. Special item. Yeah. The titanium bolt. I thought I found one earlier. Is there not a platform that I can use to get to that other area? Is this like a secret spot? No, I just keep using this. Okay. Oh, that's a majestic looking bird. Very slowly, gracefully flying off into the distance. I always kind of get worried of doing those jumps. Oh, come on. Oh, you can swim? Oh, and then you can get eaten. So that's why there's sharks in the water. So if you go into the water, you can survive, but if you're not quick, the shark eats you. That makes a lot of sense, actually. A lot of sense. I feel like there's something at the launch pad we're supposed to get. No, just a cool launch pad? Okay. That makes sense.
Target acquired. Proceeding to...
Oh no!
Help me!
I can't believe we lost her. Why would they want a little girl?
I do not believe they were after her. I believe they were after this.
Well, this is, what is this?
If my memory bank serves...
Yeah, okay, let's get back to the action. Look at that high resolution backdrop. It's magnificent. Must have been a lot easier to create assets of like lower resolutions like this. He's just hanging on the outside of the ship.
The Technomites appear to have abandoned...
Well, that looks really good. Oh, I'm being photographed. Okay, that's great. Let's go to this island and just beat up the indigenous population. Jeez. And steal all of their finite resources. Am I actually doing damage to that thing, or...? Oh, I guess that was an explosive barrel that I could have destroyed. The camera's just on me.
Those cameras just keep coming. What should we do?
Just ignore them. They are probably an automatic security system.
All right, let's keep moving. They blow up real good, though.
Sus. Oh no, I've died. Just kidding, I've not died.